Good morning, welcome to a morning review on Thursday the 16th of July. This is Kim Watson speaking for Ezeetrader. Okay, looking at the euro dollar first and looking at dailies here. As you can see, we've broken this sort of trend line that I had on there, but it's just really come down to horizontal support. So we're sort of just knocking along on that sort of level over the last 4 hours, 8 hours. We've hit on that level twice now. If we come down to the alleys, here we go. You can see we've just done a double bottom. This might give us a bounce in the short term, which could run us up towards the daily pivot there at 1.0970. Possibility for us to run towards that area. It's at the moment the Greek vote came in as a yes to accept the bailout conditions in the government. So there's another hurdle out the way, but there's many more to go yet. But obviously the euro hasn't really hasn't affected the euro in terms of a bounce of joy or anything. So at the moment, as I say, looking potential to push up towards a daily pivot today from this double bottom, maybe a bit beyond. But any breakdown of these lows, well, just really I'd be looking for a continuation. It's almost ready. It's S1. It's quite a sort of a thin trading day yesterday, and it could be much the same today. Okay, oops, sorry. Looking at cable, the pound dollar, and the pound. Let me just wait for the day to come. All right, there we go. The pound put in a doji yesterday. Never really managed to. It sort of showed a bit of strength at one stage, and it just didn't. Well, initially sold off, showed some strength, and just couldn't hold on, and rolled over there. So it's at the moment indecisive sort of day into that 21 moving average. To me, it's erring on the bearish side of things. It's at the moment looking at shorter time frames here. It's sitting in this sort of triangular pattern. Maybe a break of these lows that we've seen. Again, we've had a sort of a double bottom there through the last through the Asian session there. If we see a break of that, maybe then we'll head down towards yesterday's lows. But with that, even with that doji, the way this is shaped up, it just looks like it's sort of, well, got the potential of being sort of hand-railing that upper trend line. If it just sort of gets any sort of surge, maybe it'll push up towards yesterday's highs and that R1. So let's say more of an indecisive day yesterday as much as anything. The thing is, it didn't actually lose ground, whereas the euro obviously did. So it held onto its ground against the dollar, whereas many of the other currencies gave up ground. Let's just wait for this to happen. There we go. Namely, the yen pushed up yesterday, weakened against the dollar. It's pushing up. It's back into this sort of chop zone that we saw back in last month, and consolidating at this phase here. It looks like at any stage here, perhaps a break of that area could see us pushing up a bit stronger. Looking short term, well, we've still got the daily pivot to be hit. If that gets hit, maybe we see a bounce off that, and the afternoon or evening lows there may give us a bounce back up to the daily R1 sort of region. Very, very much more consolidated markets at the moment. You'll see a sort of trend across. The exception always being the Australian dollar, which seems to be moving a lot more. Made a new low again through the Asian session. Seeing a bit of a bounce from that at the moment. It's one hell of a messy 4-hour chart. Yesterday it just sold off all afternoon. It just didn't hold on to anything in it at the moment. Well, there's the potential we could bounce up towards that daily pivot again, and sort of a bit like a dead cat bounce almost. But it has, as I say, it's taken out it's made new lows through yesterday's session, and again today made new lows. So it's still really got the potential to head further south. I'd just like to statistically see this daily pivot out of the way. If it does that, that's fine. If all the other currencies start rolling over, well, I think the Aussie dollar seems to go even further at the moment. Right, not a lot else there. Let's have a quick look at the news today, and we haven't got a significant amount of news out this morning. The Eurogroup meetings continue. We'll probably get some more comments on that. We've got the European interest rate decision at 12:45, and then 1:30 we got the press conference with Draghi speaking. It'll be interesting. I think a lot of the questions will come around Greece in that conference, so we'll see what happens there. There's also decisions being made from the Eurogroup meetings whether they'll be able to borrow some of the separate slush fund, which isn't part of the euro as in currency slush fund. It's one for the whole of Europe, which includes the UK, and it'll be depending on whether Greece are allowed to borrow some of that money to bail them out in the short term. Okay, that's right after 1:30. Then we got the Fed chair Yellen testifying again tomorrow at 3 o'clock. She testified yesterday, so it will be a similar sort of situation. This time she's to the Senate committee, so I should imagine most of the questions and the content will be very similar, but it's still got some possible volatility around that area. Okay, that's it for me. Hope you have a great day. Bye for now.